Hey everyone, we are 3 days in the season, and today we decided that the best way to go to 5 VR is not going to be through Shakaneer's building damage, but instead picking up Kavan. Now the couple reasons for that is 34 keys is a lot cheaper than 38 plus 14, and the other reason is Kavan isn't really useless, especially because we don't have Brick right now. So when you look at the abilities you have options for, well, Crystal Critters aren't going to do much. You already have healing from Dr. Vitamin. Second Wind at level 1 only does 10 housing space, so getting 10 clones when you have a bunch of them isn't going to do a whole lot. But Ice Shields did get a pretty massive buff in the last update. Even though it says duration around 9 seconds, it actually lasts forever. So especially with rifles, you get a free 220 HP. So whenever you pop his ability, a 30% buff to their health is pretty solid. And there isn't really a great base right now. We're going to be rocking this one because it's a bit different. Since the engines are so far apart, it kind of prevents a rushing style hit, and we can try it a few attacks. And the buff to Ice Shields is pretty awesome, especially on a season like this where you don't have a lot of tokens to upgrade stuff. You can do a lot with level 1. Here we got this base, which there's different ways to hit it, but for the most part we're doing the same as before. Just some combo of heavies and rifles with just one doctor. Sometimes you can do 4 heavies, 3 rifles, but really it doesn't matter. Just at least having 2 heavies in the mix. And make sure we got Ice Shields active, which we're not going to use right away because we want your own troops to be damaged, so then the doctor can start doing its stuff. So maybe even using Ice Shield just once or twice towards the back end. And I like dropping the heavies a bit further up than everyone else on the bottom. Get the heavies up, everyone else on the bottom. And when they're pretty close, you can do that flare. Our flare still being level 2. And once this engine is almost down, we go ahead for the next engine. Get that going right now. Still gotta be good with your timing. And not always using smokes. Main thing is just keeping our doctors alive. One more going right now. Then pretty soon after this engine goes down, do a few more smokes, and now we can do the shields. Because whatever rifles we do have, you just got a 30% buff. And as that ER's down, go ahead do a few more, and we can do one more shield. So most of our rifles are alive, thanks to the shield. And like yesterday, mainly getting around 310 times. The more rifle that survive till the end, the faster it should be. So we can see if a 309 is okay. And a close one, but looks like it is. And it does help a little bit with how you drop. You can allocate the heavies a bit further up. But because the rifles and doctor is towards the bottom right here, it means they get to their flag a little bit sooner. Especially with the doctors, so the faster they can start healing everyone up, and the faster they get the speed bonus. And trying not to use too many smokes, because in most cases, some of the clones die and they can distract the doctors for you. So using fewer smokes means you have enough for more shields, and later on, using smokes between engines. And the other option, besides Kavan, was Shakaneers plus building damage. But doing mainly rushing style hits, we don't really need Shakaneers because we're just going from engine to engine. Maybe on some bases it helps, but it is another 14 keys. And as far as building damage goes, we don't have too many tokens, so can only get it to 10%. But here is the other kind of base. It has a bunch of flames machine guns in the front, not so many in the back end. So here we can also do a different hit, taking 2 doctors. I usually like 1 heavy, and then everyone else right here. So getting the heavy really in the front, and then everyone else on the bottom. So starting something like this. Usually waiting until the flames go down, in this case just 1, but there's sometimes 2 or 3 in the front. So as soon as the flame goes down, you can go ahead and flare this engine, and start with 1 shield. As this one goes down, start doing a few smokes. Maybe 1 more on this side. But the main thing over here is trying to get a 3-way split. 1 final flare, and maybe 1 more smoke. As getting that split means rifles go everywhere. Doctors, we took 2 boats, so it should be enough. And this means the top engine, the right one, and the left one go down around the same time. So this base, getting 313, and hopefully a good time. It also shows the power of just using smokes. You can go all the way to the other side of the base and bypass almost every building. You're a super close one, but getting that win. Showing the beginning again, that first heavy is really just for distraction, these flames, machine guns. And we want to kill the flame first because if we don't, there's a chance that a lot of the rifles die early. So getting the doctors, trying to speed up the troops, give them armor. And if these are flames, then you can kill them too, only waste like maybe 1 second. And they always wrap around to the right of that machine gun, so making sure you do a few good smokes. And we only have to take 2 flares, so just doing enough of them. Hardest part on the back end is probably getting that split. So just imagining that once the sniper dies, they split between all these flames. If there's no flames, then trying to split between engines, but the better the split is, the faster the time is. So far, Kavan's been working out for us, and if you got brick, well, that's your problem. No, I'm sure it's fine that you can find a way to use shotgunneers, brick players can go to that path. But then again, the other reason that we got Kavan is it's just cheaper to go to 5VR. So I think it doesn't matter too much. Both brick and Kavan are pretty strong right now. But here is the base that we're kind of running, which is good because it's a third main style of base. What we like doing is 2 rifles on each of these engines, and then 1 doctor on each side with Kavan on the other. Kavan should go on the side which has the least amount of splash, so doctor over here, 1 more on this side, but with this 1 flame, you can do Kavan. So go ahead, get the rifles going, 2 on each side, doctors here, and Kavan you can actually do a shield right away, because every single rifle in the boat is going to get the shield. So we'll do 1 more shield, maybe right now, and just hoping the rifles on each side just stay alive. It is a bit dicey on this side, but watching all the health. And as soon as all the engines go down, we can just do a flare. So this way, in most cases, all the engines in the front die, and then do a bunch of flares over here. Not doing too many on the back end because, again, every time you do a flare, it resets the animation. But in this case, getting a 317. So why we said before that there really isn't a good base right now, it's almost more of being lucky with attacks and making it work. So again, every time you have a compact with 3 engines in the front, you know you're going to take a doctor on each side of 2 rifles, so you're just deciding where to drop Kavan. It's mainly about the flames, so 2 flames get 1 doctor, another 2 get another doctor, and the side that just has 1, Kavan can work because you just get that little bit of troop health bonus. And sometimes, like on our base, we have no splash on this side, so you can just drop 2 rifles alone and use the doctors on the left side. Kavan can go in the middle or either way and get some more shields going. Since we are running pretty low on tokens, but we still have enough boosts like 40% building health and troop damage, there's no real reason to get more tokens right now. Next step is just saving for 5-year. Here on this base, it is a bit different because there's more machine guns on this side, so when you flare with a bunch of rifles, it could be a bit tough, and for that reason, you can show a different style hit. It's 2 rifles for this engine, and then on the right side, 2 heavies and 3 rifles. The old style hit also works, but I like this one when there's just a lot of machine guns on the left side that maybe a bunch of your rifles start dying. So get the 2 rifles here, grab the heavies, wait on these rifles just by a few seconds, because if they do get damaged by those cannons, then doctors start healing them up. Got a flare on this side, waiting a few more seconds. And here we'll do 1 smoke, just to make sure that heavy stays alive. Because now we got all the doctors coming up. Get 1 more flare pretty soon. And here we can always do 1 smoke, kind of in the front. And get 1 shield going. Waiting just a few seconds, do a bunch more smokes. And then do 1 more shield. Sometimes a bunch of your rifles die, but as long as you have a few of them, you can still get a good time. This one pulling a 311, got about half our rifles alive, and see if it's good enough. And all these attacks might be tough to follow, but as long as you got the first 3 bases we covered, it shouldn't be too bad. And here it looks like we need a few more troops, so just like yesterday, we can load up maybe a few more rifles just for our last hit. And it will be tempting the other day or so to get other tech, especially here like mortars, but until we get 5 ER, it should be a lot better, because we can show the deck layout later. 4 ER kind of has most buildings right now, and we're getting around 310 times, but I'm sure 5 ER should take way longer. So this front compact with mortars, you can still try the same hit as normal. Make sure we got 6 rifles, 2 doctors. What we'll do is 2 rifles, 1 doctor. And over here, maybe we can do everyone in the middle. Because it's mortars, Kavan's shield can really help with that, and not really split them up. So at least on the right side, getting those rifles out. We'll kind of spread them in the middle, Kavan and the doctors out. And on the right side, hope those doctors are enough. But over here, starting a shield maybe right now. Don't know where Kavan's going. So we got 1 shield out of him, and maybe that's fine. It's mainly hoping the doctors give enough armor, and these guys clear everything. So watching the right side is already down, just have to wait for the left. Waiting a few centuries for those rifles to finish up. Gotta wait a few more seconds. And as these engines go down, go ahead and do the final flare. Luckily, most of our fast rifles are already on the right side. And not gonna be a super fast 310 time, but with Kavan dying so early, maybe it's okay. So a little lucky on that one, but that's gonna be just enough for 17, getting that chest. And does give us amazing artillery, which is gonna be useless, because we can only afford to keep it at level 1. There's hardly any damage, but on some bases if you have any leftover GPE, you can throw it on the last engine. And like we said, now we're just going to start saving for 5 ER. It should take about 2 days. But here you have this whole dead end on this side, and over here, it'll be worth the wait. Though in the meantime, Kavan's ice shields really giving a bonus. That 30% extra HP to all your rifles. But let me know how your Kavan hits go, and that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.